represent Solomon Island people say. We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more and my culture is falling. Now we have a step up for the past 20 calling.
Once down with this stuff, ain't nobody gonna stop us. People, everybody, would you listen to us for a start? No point complaining in this we partaking. We represent the cause of the ones.
Previously on Delos. We returned to Delos after a 3-month break, got some new crew, and sailed to Brunei to fill the tanks with the cheapest diesel in the world. A pretty intense stop, like full on. Got here, check in, got fuel, yacht club, steak dinners, and now we're out on our way to Singapore. And it's supposed to be light, 700 miles, and I think there's like 10 knots of wind at the most we'll see, but we're full of really cheap diesel, so we can do some motoring. But, hoping for a good passage for sure.
So Claire, what do you think's going to happen on this 5 or 6, hopefully not 7-day passage?
Well, I'm not really sure. I think that our weather will be okay, but you never know, do you? And hopefully there's not too many big waves, because I don't like them.
There was a little onshore breeze, so we hoisted sail and pointed the bow west.
When the church would look out from the lake, watching over those movements we'd make. What it offered, we did take. Every breath, every light, each bar stayed.
Lots of dolphins following Delos.
Beautiful sunsets. We were off to the start of the first long passage of the season. It was crazy to think of what lay ahead, that this 700-mile passage was just the beginning of a 10,000-mile journey that would take us across the Indian Ocean to South Africa.
When you got sick.
So this is my first night watch, all on my own. Pretty amazing. Little me on the wonderful Delos. Between 1,000 and 2,000 meters of water underneath us. It's now 2 o'clock at night. We've been motoring pretty much the whole way so far. We sailed a little bit yesterday, but not too much. And we're getting a bit further out now, so it's not that much boats. A few oil rigs, but other than that, it's pretty chill. Very calm seas, no wind. So, just listening to Harry Potter and chilling.
How you going, Justin?
Good, mate. Bit of a squall coming by the looks of it. Bit dark. Hopefully some wind. Been bobbling around out here for a while under motor, so it'd be good to get some breeze, even just for a little bit.
Good looking. Karin called the direction of the squall, so we altered course to the south. When the wind went from 2 knots to 25 knots, it was right where we wanted it, dead behind us. We hoisted both downwind sails and went for it. treat you, Martha?
Whoa, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So crazy you're doing, what are you doing, crossword puzzle?
Yeah. Holding on to the table, so that's good.
Not so bad down here though.
No, it's not so bad. And the fan is on, so I'm nice and cool.
How you going, mate?
Mate, how are you?
You good?
Doing 7 knots pretty consistently, which is good. Got up to 8.8 just then.
8.8, good surfage.
Good surfage. 20 knots of breeze. Bit calmer than this morning when I poked my head out. Had a bit on them.
How's it going there, Claire?
Great.
Do you know what today is?
No.
Doesn't matter. You know how long we've been at sea?
We left Brunei 2 days ago. This is our second day, and then we'll do our second night watch tonight. And I was trying to help make lunch and failed miserably and have to come back up here because it's too rolly in the galley. I just took some more anti-nausea, so maybe I'll be able to help soon. Useless.
Just hang in there. Only about 6 more days.
So we're fully under sail here, going about 4 or 5 knots. Got a current up our butt, which is lovely. And what do you reckon, about 12, 14 knots, something like that? Less, a little bit less. We're just cruising. Little rolly. Swells from the side, so it's a bit of fun. Anyways, happy days.
What do we got?
I don't know. Boats with people on them. Maybe they've got fishing lines out. I'm not really sure. They're a long way out.
Unfortunately, we saw these guys all over Southeast Asia. They drag a massive net between the boats just under the surface, which is thousands of feet wide. The trick is to avoid sailing between them, which is especially tough at night. The net scoops up everything in its path, no matter what, which is pretty much an environmental nightmare.
So, what's going on here?
Just a little repair to the mizzen ballooner, actually the forward ballooner. The breeze has been so light, it's been jerking it a lot, and it tore an old repair at the head of the sail.
What do you think of the swell? You did mention that you didn't like the waves before we left, and we're a few days in now.
It's okay actually. I thought I would be more scared.
And does the boat react the way you thought it would in regards to the swells?
No,
How did you think it would react?
I thought it would surf, but it's heavy and it kind of just rolls with it rather than down. So I don't know. No, it's okay. I mean, if it started like breaking, I think that's when I'd get a little bit cautious.
So, what are you fixing this time, Brian?
This is the main furler that mysteriously got full of water while we were away. So we're manually doing the main right now, but I think we can get it sorted out. Probably just pull it open and get rid of the corrosion. Looking pretty good.
Yay!
Alright.
Woohoo! It's working!
Some rookie dropped one of these plastic spacers down the back of there.
Oh no!
No, it's in there somewhere. At least it's still on the boat before it's like dropped down there. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Down to like 200 meters of water.
Okay.
We're doing pretty good. We're sailing. Some stars and lightning in the horizon. Kind of spooky. It's pretty dark.
Oh shit. So we're heading into storm. My apparent wind is 17. My speed over ground is 7.7 knots. I've already woken Brian up. We've briefed the gym. I'm really glad I'm not by myself. The swell's really big. I really want jam and bread. We've got some nice lightning up ahead.
I don't like squalls.
Neither do I, and I seem
They wake me up in the middle of the night when I should be sleeping. And there comes the wind. Making good speed though.
It's like freaking perfect storm out here. Kill the tuna, get me home.
We got it under control. We got a bit of breeze and we had to ease out the main, furl the Genoa in like to the third reef. And we gotta keep the breeze kind of on our port, starboard quarter. It's getting kind of gnarly. Can you use that main sheet again? The squall continued right into the morning. Even with just a scrap of head sail out, we were cruising right along. I love sitting up at the bow in these conditions. You can really see how Delos handles the waves, how she glides over some and gets knocked around by others. By early afternoon, the weather had returned to normal, and we were once again cruising under full sail and sunny blue skies. Looks like somebody's got her sea legs.
I got my sea legs. I'm allowed in the kitchen now. I won't vomit in the food.
When the stars above were full.
What you got going on?
So we're going to make a underwater wing for the GoPro. So you can imagine it's going to sit like that, and we're going to have basically an upside down aeroplane wing. So that'll taper out up there, a little round edge here, and the GoPro will sit here somewhere. The options are endless. I think we can fly it off the side of the boat like that, or behind it. or off the front. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this.
It's gonna be epic.
So what tools do you have to work with?
Hand plane.
What happened, Jesse? This looks different.
We canned that idea after about 10 minutes of sitting there with the plane and going. And then Ryan just mentioned that we've got one pretty much already done. So these two are the control lines. This one here is just as it was. So that just, and then we adjust the length of those to control the pitch.
Happy days.
Ryan's going to be the first pilot.
This is it. This is very exciting. GoPro aquatic filming platform test. Take one. Oh shit!
Too much load.
So because this thing has a lot of power and almost ripped my hand off, we've decided to add a leverage handle too.
Hold him into the South China Sea.
Some hardcore GoProing when you need a harness.
I send my love down the power line when it gets late. Never coming back. We built a house off the beaten track. We search for comfortable and dance on the porch when the moon is full. I dream of things I will never find. Is that a mistake? I send my love down the power line when it gets late.
How you going, Claire?
I'm finally touching the water. Lovely.
Nice day for it.
Yeah, beautiful. Water's really warm too. How deep is it? Deep.
Deep.
Swim, guys, swim! Swimming the South China Sea.
Full of my think that way to say goodbye on a summer's day. I dream of things I may never find.
It's about 2:30 in the morning and we're just about 120 miles from Singapore. So we're starting to see some shipping traffic pick up. I've got 3 targets on AIS right now.
It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. Really tired, and we are like right in the middle of the shipping lane. We'll see how it goes. Wow.
He's coming into the Singapore Strait. I don't even know what it's called. Singapore. Coming into Singapore, and it's crazy. It's like so many boats. It's like going all directions, and they're anchored and they're moving. And the sun is going down, and it will be a very interesting night coming up.
Should be very exciting.
Yeah, very interesting.
And there are boats everywhere. So zoom out on that on AIS and you'll get an idea of how many boats there are around us at the moment. It's ridiculous, but we're getting through it, one boat at a time.
Insanity. And everybody's doing like 20 knots. And we're sailing at like 5 knots.
And there's a boat going past us at the moment that's some sort of alien ship.
I think it's some sort of a mobile drilling platform.
Just a cargo ship or 350 meters, he's past us. Radar looks like a freaking Christmas tree.
Alright, so we're in the channel, and it's actually a lot more organized than it looks. Here's the anchored boats, and here's the edge, and they kind of stick to the center, and they're all doing about the same speed, about 10 knots. These guys are going that way. So as long as we watch out for the buoys and the other small random boats and any boats that might be cutting across to go to an anchorage, I think we're pretty good. It's a lot more organized than it was out there, where everybody was just kind of going every which way.
Karin's on the radar and I'm holding a lookout. And now there are so many lights from the city, so you don't know what is what.
So many boats, and you have like one going on your starboard side, one going on your port side, and they're like swooshing in the middle, and then you have like crossing and coming from the back. We have about 3 hours left until we kind of get to the anchorage, and it's 6 o'clock, so the sun should be going up, so 3 more hours of craziness.
Western quarantine and immigration anchorage, Western quarantine and immigration anchorage. This is the yacht Delos. Delos, over. Yeah, this is the yacht Delos. Delta Echo Lima Oscar Sierra ETA. 1 hour to the Western quarantine anchorage, over. Copy that. Standing by 16. He said once we reach, call.
He's anchored in the quarantine area here in Singapore, and it's I can't even speak. It's been a really intense night, but we're here, so that's good news. And they're gonna come and pick up all our paperwork and stuff, and then we can go into the marina, which is really exciting. So we did good. We did really good.
Western quarantine and immigration anchorage. Western quarantine and immigration anchorage. This is the yacht Delos. Delos, over. Current position 1 degree 12.9 north, 103 degree 49.4 east. Over. Yeah, we're arriving from Brunei, over.
How many crew are we back somewhere?
5 POB.
Okay, stand by 74, approaching.
I'm asking you. You're asking for an order or departure?
So interesting process in Singapore. It seems that they send a boat by to pick up passports, ship's documentation, crew list. You put it in a plastic bag, throw it into a fishing net, and that's as much as we know right now.
We're all stuck.
So now we're waiting to see what happens.
It's oily. It's actually going.
No, it's going in.
Really?
Okay, it's fully on.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Almost.
Thank you.
Have a good morning. Bye-bye. All right. I think that's it, as far as we can tell.
Good job, everybody.
Delos and our new crew had arrived safely in Singapore. We covered just under 700 miles in 5 days to cross the South China Sea. After so long on the small and remote islands of Borneo, a massive Asian supercity sounded like just the ticket. Watch out, Singapore. Up next, the crew has a night on the town in Singapore, braves the Malacca Straits, and celebrates New Year's in Thailand.
Never coming back. We built a house off the beaten track. We search for comfortable and dance on the porch when the moon is full. I dream of things I may never find. Is that a mistake? I send my love down the power line when it gets late. When it gets
Yeah, how you going? Like, this passage is pretty good. Had a huge squall come through. Man, that was scary, eh? Woo! Lucky you didn't start drinking so early that day, hey? Yeah. Lucky I was good on the Game Boy back in the day.
Come to Rome, see my land. Come to Rome, see my land. Malera, Ramu Kanji, Ramu Leke, Ramu Gole, Ramu Soso. Come to Rome, see my land. Come to Rome, see my land. Malera. One touch represents Solomon Island people say. We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more my culture is falling. Now we have a step up for the past 20 calling.
Once down with this stuff, ain't nobody gonna stop us. People, everybody, would you listen to us for a start? No point complaining in this we partaking. We represent the cause of the ones.
Previously on Delos. We returned to Delos after a 3-month break, got some new crew, and sailed to Brunei to fill the tanks with the cheapest diesel in the world. A pretty intense stop, like full on. Got here, check in, got fuel, yacht club, steak dinners, and now we're out on our way to Singapore. And it's supposed to be light, 700 miles, and I think there's like 10 knots of wind at the most. We'll see.
What it offered, we did take. Every breath, every light, each ball stayed.
Lots of dolphins following Delos.
Beautiful sunsets. We were off to the start of the first long passage of the season. It was crazy to think of what lay ahead, that this 700-mile passage was just the beginning of a 10,000-mile journey that would take us across the Indian Ocean to South Africa.
When you got sick.
So this is my first night watch, all on my own. Pretty amazing. Little me on the wonderful Delos. Between 1,000 and 2,000 meters of water underneath us. It's now 2 o'clock at night. We've been motoring pretty much the whole way so far. We sailed a little bit yesterday, but not too much. And we're getting a bit further out now, so it's not that much boats. A few oil rigs, but other than that, it's pretty chill. very calm seas, no wind. So
But we're full of really cheap diesel, so we can do some motoring. But, hoping for a good passage for sure.
So Claire, what do you think's going to happen on this 5 or 6, hopefully not 7-day passage?
Well, I'm not really sure. I think that our weather will be okay, but you never know, do you? And hopefully there's not too many big waves, because I don't like them.
There's a little onshore breeze, so we hoisted sail and pointed the bow west.
When the church would look out from the lake, watching over those movements we